All right, guys, and welcome to the midweek wrap-up with myself, Michael Nauss from Stats Edge Trading. Let's just get right into this, trying to keep these things a little bit shorter than normal. We'll start with a little Bitcoin position that I have here. Let's go right into this guy. Just took a short here on Bitcoin as this bear flag that I've been pointing out for a while finally materialized lower. Main reason for this is just the risk reward on it. If we break back up over around 40,000, I'll be out. Target, would be 30,000. There's a lot of resistance in there on the weekly chart. So we just need to make sure that these risk rewards continue to be on our side, and eventually, even with even odds, we'll end up profiting in the long run. So that's the way I look at that. Into trade ideas here, and again, links to all the programs you're going to see me use along with my website in the description down below. I have this UUP up, which is just the dollar index. It's just the overall health of the US dollar. Was looking really good here, kind of broke out of prior highs and then immediately crashed back down. So that's something that I want to keep an eye on here on the UUP, just to see if these things are going to hold. I want to make sure that I'm keeping an eye on that, potentially for a bounce, or if the dollar breaks down. You just got to think of all the things that would use the dollar. Next, I want to go to ARKK, which this one, with the rest of the market bouncing, is doing a little bit of a rollover. So it may not be time to cycle out of value names back into these growth names yet, because the next chart we'll look at is BRKB, which is Berkshire Hathaway, and we all know that Warren Buffett is not a fan of growth names, but is more into value names. And you can see the new highs that we're making, almost new highs here on Berkshire. So although we're seeing some strength in the market, that doesn't seem to be the way in the small cap and kind of the unprofitable names. Speaking of strength in the market, into the SPY here, continues to climb up, really did a good job of retaking this level that we were talking about for a while on the way down, just shot right through it today on the way back up. So strong here, a little bit overdone from the bottom, so I wouldn't be shocked to see a pullback or some consolidation on this one. Into the small caps, IWM, this one again, just like with ARK, isn't really participating in the way that the SPY is, right? Down today when the SPY was up, so we want to keep that in mind as well. USO is the last kind of macro thing I'm going to look at here, where there's one of two things going on here in oil. Either we're putting in a nice tight bull flag up here, or the sellers are going to run out of, or the buyers are going to run out of steam, and we're going to see this as a short-term top. So until this resolves either way, I'm keeping a close eye on what's going on here. Now for some names that I'm interested in, there's not really a lot, because anything that's rallying really hard right now is overdone. Anything that's not rallied is relatively weak. But I am watching this Charles Schwab putting in this nice potential bull flag right here. So if this breaks above that area, I'll be interested in that. Another name that I was looking at is just Herbalife, HLF, this nice MLM, but nice strong run on this one over the last little bit that has just reversed kind of sharply and is now holding some prior support right here. So if we get a bounce from here, maybe this is a continuation of that uptrend, but nothing really I want to step in front of right now. I want to see some bounce before this occurs. Another one that had earnings today, MRCY, is pulling back and came up on an algorithm that I have that kind of shows short-term potential bottoms. And this one is kind of interesting to me because it put in this really big bottoming tail after earnings. So the earnings were bad, but then buyers came in late in the day. So as always, none of this investment advice, but again, links in the description below for my website and all the tools that I use for my scanning and trading. I appreciate all of you guys for coming out and saying hi. And until I see you next time, trade safe.